Hi, I'm Mike Block, and when I was 10 years old, I starred as an angry native in Apocalypse Now. It didn't bring fame and fortune, but it sure is a good memory. As part of the transition from Super 8 to digital, we've been asked to answer a few questions, take us down memory lane.
I remember when John came home, last day of school, came into the house and said, "I'm gonna make a movie."
Hi everyone, I'm Michael Fox. I was an actor and played a small role in John Urban's movie roughly 40 years ago.
My name is Karen Urban, and I was, for this fantastic movie, the makeup supervisor.
My name is John Salton, and I played the role of steely-eyed soldier Lieutenant Frank Jessup.
Hi, I'm Nan Block, mother of two of the youth that were in the film, and so I was just the supportive mom.
My name's Betsy Peters, and I played some of the lips in A Pack of Lips Now. I was 12 years old, I think.
My name is John Urban. I directed and produced the movie, and I played Captain, I don't remember his name.
I do remember that my sister and John's sister were a pack of lips that needed to be eliminated. Other than that, I don't know if there was much more, but that's all I remember.
I really didn't have a sense of what was going on. I was never given a full script. I still have never seen Apocalypse Now.
Honestly, the premise of the movie that I remember is simply that we were running around and doing a lot of explosions and chasing each other up and down the ravine.
But in this case, we actually sort of had a script. We kind of knew what we were doing a little bit. And, there was a beginning and an end, which was more than most of the movies we made back then.
So I'm not sure what it was. There was a lot of guys running around. All the neighborhood boys were wearing camouflage.
I just remember really our scenes, which were more of the native scenes and fight scenes in the ravines or the woods.
I'm not aware of what the premise of the movie was, but as a parent, it was fun to see kids of multiple ages involved.
There was a lot of jungle scenes, but what the actual plot was, we weren't given the whole story.
Just being rambunctious, I think, was all the preparation I needed for that part.
It didn't have to do a lot. It was really an add-on. I had a lot of friends in the movie, and they said, "Hey, we need an extra," and I said, "Sure."
Red paint, and I feel like there was a red corduroy bedspread for the capes.
We had tons of Army guns and knives and all sorts of uniforms and outfits we had.
We just ran around in the ravine behind the houses, probably grabbed chunks of dirt, sticks, and threw them at each other, try to get us all hyped up.
I remember a lot of cardboard. Costuming was key.
He says, "Mom, could you drive me over to the Old Brown schoolyard? It backs up overlooking Lake Michigan," and he needed a sunrise.
And this was always a team endeavor. We always had Peter and John and Todd and all sorts of folks behind the scenes sort of, getting ideas together. So it was never just one person thinking of these things.
I remember Mike, who was 10 then, coming home and pointing proudly to his t-shirt and saying, "This is where I got shot and this is where I got killed." So he was thrilled.
Let's see, one thing I remember was getting eaten alive by mosquitoes in the ravine.
Later in the day, I figured out, you know what was so early? He had chosen the longest day of the year, summer solstice, for his picture of a rising sun. we did it. It was grand.
I remember someone getting hit by a spear, kind of held it between their arm and the body, you know, and camera angles make it all look like somebody really got killed.
As the lips, our costumes were less clearly defined.
He needed these natives, so he gathered a bunch of neighborhood kids, some as early as the elementary grades.
What can you say about the lips? These guys, they were pretty accommodating to help us out. I have to admit, I'm not sure they probably regret it now after they see this film, but that was pretty good that we got them to, I don't know how we got them to do it. We must have tricked them or something, but they did a great job.
Later that day, one of the little kids came to me and said, this red black stuff is making my cheeks itch.
Let's see, I remember that the crazy costumes that we all got up in, soldiers and the pack of lips and everyone chasing each other around, just kind of general chaos. And
I think the whole shoot might have taken 5 to 10 days. I really don't have any clear memories of how this went.
So I got the cold cream and I wiped it off. Guess what? The black came off and there were red stripes still on their cheeks. I said, John, what is that black stuff? And he says, shoe polish. It was the blackest thing I could think of.
My help in there, besides providing 2 of the actors, was to give permission to have our Jeep taken down to Zertons and Urban.
I distinctly remember also how he bargained his way into borrowing Dan Block's Jeep, you know, the old-fashioned Jeep with the open-air top.
I do remember that John, I believe, didn't know how to drive a manual, and we were using my parents' Jeep, which was a manual. So my sister was shifting for him while he was driving.
John knew how to drive and was a legal driver, but our daughter, Muffy, knew how to shift. So they made a good pair, and they somehow got it down the street and around the corner safely.
Then it occurred to everybody, wait, John can't drive yet. He doesn't have his license. John Sultan jumped in there, and he became the driver.
I don't recall half these memories of driving the Jeep with Muffy. I don't recall John Sultan doing it.
oh, I got to remember I got to drive a Jeep around, and
So John reached out, and sure enough, after 40 years, he's putting the video together, and I was ecstatic to hear that.
We were thrilled to see the multiple ages working together, and the younger kids were just absolutely thrilled.
All I'm saying is, you know, although we were 10 to 16 years old at the time, there was some pretty good acting by the people involved with this film.
As far as the movie, it's kind of odd that this came around this time, because about a week before I got the email from John that he wanted to take this to digital, I was on a flight over to Denver for business, and Apocalypse Now was on. And I thought, man, I wonder what happened to that movie Apocalypse Now that we did when we were kids. That was a lot of fun. I haven't seen the movie since it was finished, probably in 83 or 84, around that time, and I'm really looking forward to seeing it again. Thanks, John.
that is definitely something that I have cherished memories from when I was a kid growing up, and bonding with the friends and everyone there, but also just something that we collectively did together that was a lot of fun.
You know, John was always a great actor. The natives were super charged up to participate in this. They had a lot of fun with it.
So, this was a great neighborhood party, and we always talked about, John, when are we going to see that finished project? And guess what? Now he's done it. And aren't we glad? Thank you very much.
It's a blast from the past seeing this come back now. I'm not sure I'm strong enough to actually watch, but I'm so curious to see the final product.
You know, some of the acting scenes, I don't want to give it away, but the one of the death scenes of the lips, I'm talking Academy Award here. So I apologize now, Betsy, but I'm talking Academy Award.
An idea in the future, what would be the appropriate next step? How about a pair of lips too, and have the children of the actors be the directors and narrators and actors there. It might be fun to get another generation involved. John, thanks for doing this. It'll be fun to see it. Bye.
So I can't wait to see, how the entire thing came together.
Thanks for bringing back the memories, John. This is going to be fun to see.
To have a shared common experience like that, that's pretty cool. And I'm glad people liked it, and I'm glad we could put it together. And I hope people like the final product. It was a lot of fun then, and it was a lot of fun putting it together now. So I hope you enjoy it, and thanks for all your help.